Oh, gosh. Gosh. Good morning, everyone. Oh, it's nearly late. I just realised I had my hair up still from earlier and I haven't brushed it, so woofy hair. Look, we're here for our daily Lenormand cards spread reading. So what I look like is not important. We're going to tap into our psychic abilities, your intuitive senses, or that gut feeling, and directly ask your spiritual guidance for just any messages that you can receive personally in context of where you live, what your environment is, all that you are. Connect in with your spiritual guidance so that you can benefit the most from what is a wonderful time sharing together here as we travel through the pathways of internet land and live streaming and sharing together with the technology. So what I'm going to do is head on over to my, I just nearly forgot about the iPad, so I'll just get that going because then I can see any comments, and I have got a hey, good morning. 3:33 p.m. there, so it's your afternoon, Virginia. So that's lovely. Whoops, and I keep forgetting to do the volume down on that as I switch over to there. So here we go, we're over on the cards. We're starting. So I'm going to actually bring down that a lot more because it's in the way of where I wanted it to be. I've had to tweak and twiddle around a bit with what is the layout of the cards on the table in comparison to where I've got it for the video. And I didn't even actually do that properly because it's just a little bit out of line there with the actual cards, so you might get a bit of motion sickness. There we go. And I might have to tweak where I put me again. Oops, hang on. There we go. Oopsie. You know I love messing around with things, don't you? And now I haven't got it right. Oh dear. I should have left it alone, don't you think? I'm going to leave it alone now. So good morning to you, each and every one of you. I'm just going to go over and paste a link there for the Facebook user who is actually on, and I'll show it here because you can't see your name. You're actually in the card reading group, which is good, but I do need you to actually, click on this link that I'm putting in there in a sec as soon as I get to that live stream, and it's Sarah. It would seem that Facebook doesn't wants us to actually ask for that permission each time from the look of it, because I know, Sarah, that you've been in there previously. So good morning, Sarah, because I know it's you now. And Kim, good morning to you on your drive. And here we've got Rena as well. Good morning to you, Rena. And there, my time link didn't show up. Oh, that's interesting. So it should have, because I am transmitting to, technically, I am transmitting to or streaming to my YouTube channel, my Facebook page at Ros Boundy, my time TV.live Facebook page is where it's meant to be. And I shall just go and see why and see if that's actually working or not. And the card reading Facebook group, that's a private group. So there you go, and Sarah's tagging a friend there. And I am going live to the Body Soul app, which I still haven't put that little video I was going to do to show you how to download the Body Soul app from your Play Store or your App Store. I think it's called Play Store in the Google world. Anyway, good morning to you, Michaela, as well. And we do have Virginia over on the Body Soul app at the moment, so it's lovely to see her there. Seeing a comment on any page and live stream when you're live streaming is really a buzz. So what I'm going to do is, obviously, I shall start the reading. Here we've got our card that I usually start with, and that is: every struggle in your life has shaped you into the person you are today. And the struggle really is like stretching your muscles. We do need to exercise our muscles. We're told by fitness gurus, use it or lose it. And that's how I see the struggles that we experience. It's just challenges in life that actually creates those muscles, that actually builds us up and continues bringing us into our space and place that we're living as us, as you and me, to be our best you, to keep that pathway moving into the direction that we are experiencing and living our life. And that's the way of sharing with each other, isn't it? Build each other up. And oh, yes, we are. Well, I'm having a lovely morning, Michaela. So thank you for sharing that. The other card that we have is from the Inner Soul Guidance deck. I really do like to promote Leanne's beautiful deck here. It's that one. And because she's a dear friend of mine and we do work together reasonably frequently. And here we've got the Judgment card that was pulled from that. You do not know the paths others have walked. So watch your motives, and no judgment is required. Just being each and every one of us as our individual beings, that we are on our own pathways and we have our own responsibilities and the paths, which we'll see as well in the further cards that we've got here, because it's just so appropriate how the different decks do synchronistically match each other's messages. And what we've got here with spread, and in case Dave is listening this morning as well, we've got the 5 cards in the various cross format there, Dave, and we've got the moon in the home space energy, and the moon really is a beautiful card that actually has the crescent shaped moon that's holding the full cycle of its actual moon cycles, from the new moon to round to the what's it called, waxing moon, first quarter, then it's whichever way it's called, then the full moon, and then the waning quarter and back to new moon. So I tend to start with the new moon because that's the start of the path of building up, and then all of that. And that's floating atop, that combination of the crescent moon in its diagrammatic sense is holding that cycle in a circle, what looks like a mini sphere itself. And then that is floating, balancing over what is the zodiac as we know it, what would be that zodiac, the ring, but it's not in the ring, it's in a bowl shape with the placements of the planets underneath it, in almost what looks like, well, it's sort of a candelabra-y look, but it's not. It's a beautiful card with the beautiful blues in it. So from there, with our moon energy in the home space, we've actually got the magnifying glass as part of the LENORMAND deck that I use. Does have extended, it's an expanded edition. It's the Ciro Marchetti's Gilded Reverie LENORMAND. And and we've got the magnifying glass in that. It's card number 44, and it really is shining into the detail, showing us that in a beautiful depiction of a magnifying glass, a tree, or the actual bugs in a tree, like the beetles and the bees that are in there in detail. It's a lovely card. So that's actually the energy of what the workspace is today. And in the unexpected, at the top of the cross, we've actually got the key, and the key is sitting in a gilded, it's a beautiful gilded key that's highlighted in magnified sense in front of what is a gilded bird cage. And in that gilded bird cage, we have a beautiful blooming. It's just at that first stages of blooming rose. So it's past the bud, but just starting to see the petals, and that's got a beautiful red background. And that's card 33. So that's beautiful. We've got 2 major card numbers, like the double numbers, 33 and 44. Significance. So from that unexpected, we're moving into what is our role at the bottom of the cross styling of the spread. So we've actually got books, and there's a beautiful book that is on top of what is amongst a pile of books, and a couple of piles of books. We can't quite see the bottom of this one, but it's the same. It's a pile of books. And what we've got is a beautiful, like Fantasyland style of book there that has the golden locking mechanism, and potentially there is a key somewhere for this book. And it's got that feel of secrets within and things that are private, things that don't get seen by regular eye. And it's a choice whether you share that with others. It's a beautiful design on this card as well, card number 26 in the LENORMAND. So that's in our role. And then we have in that central position, which is the 5th card, it's right in the middle of the cross. And what we have is another of the expanded edition, being card number 43. So the 2 of the cards from the expanded edition, it's the extra cards, wonderful, beautiful depiction of a grassy, very well-trimmed, hedged maze that is the labyrinth. And there are the people who are walking through it that you can just see from the shoulders up. And right in the center is a gorgeous gazebo with a lady sitting in it. And there are doves flying above and settling on that gazebo. It does indicate peace, and it's a beautiful central card for us to have. And I really like that the connection and synchronicity in this card for what we have of the Inner Soul Guidance card being that judgment one. We don't know the pathway of others. We cannot judge where they're at in their journey. And here we are with the Labyrinth card right in the center of our reading today. And we can see where they might be on their journey because we've got that head and shoulders view of others on their pathway, but we still don't know the intricacies and inner beingness of what these people are experiencing on that journey. And I love that we actually have got this combination of the cards for our reading today. And hi, good morning, Anna. I would like to, isn't that special? Synchronicities. Anna is on the Body Soul app and she's saying good morning as well. And that it's 4:44 in the afternoon there. So the synchronicities of the numbers. Oh, wow. Here we've got 44 there. Isn't it just so special? And the 33 that Virginia was mentioning earlier, that it's 3:33 p.m. and we've got the double threes. Oh, wow. So perfect, isn't it? Absolutely, Virginia. It is so perfect. So what we have here, just to go into more of the detail, I'll just bring up that comment because, Michaela, you're just mentioning if you can organise it, you'll wake up as I am in the morning. You are watching it live. Yes, I am live. I woke up very early myself this morning because I had another webinar on earlier, or like it was a webinar. It was live streaming, well, privately. You know, the difference between what this is live streaming out to the public and what that was as a private group. Now, the moon in our home space, it really is that feeling of cycles moving through and around. Like we've got this, we do expect, I'm just trying to think, gather my thoughts. Things do go round and round in the mind sometimes. It's really confusing, can feel like it's that hamster on the wheel, just churning and not letting us go. Allow the, I'm feeling that allowance of nurture. The moon energy for me is a more feminine, and I suppose that is what is taught, but I'm feeling that sense of inner nurture and being able to slow it down. Allow those cycles to be in their own space and time. As much as, yes, we can't stop the cycle of the moon, it does progress through its regular pattern of what I'd mentioned before, from the new moon around to the full moon and back to the new moon. And that the planets themselves do their own circling and orbiting around the sun as Earth does. That, there are those cycles that are unavoidable. But we can slow down and do things ourselves in a time that is more appropriate for our progress. It doesn't have to be hurried or suited into a pattern of anyone else's creation or what we haven't got control over. we do have some control over what is our immediate environment. And I'm feeling that nurturing self into allowing that for yourself, and not rushing through just because. I'm feeling take that time to actually breathe in between. And, our home space can be very hectic, chaotic, and fast if we allow it. Just do spend some time to actually nurture self and have that rest, because moon is mainly the rest time, moonlight, moon time, besides other feminine things is moon time, but it's nurturing self through all of what is those cycles. But we can slow down certain aspects of our life by our own choice and doing the actions that we take, the decisions we make. So bring that into your home space today, is that nurture and allowing, the seasons are a cycle too, but they change occasionally, as in, like, we can't predict, and as much as we like to with our weather forecast, we can't predict. Mother Nature is doing what Mother Nature does. And we need to have that level of flexibility instead of being caught in what our expectations are in a known pattern. Okay? Sometimes look outside the box, do things outside the regular and outside the box. So home space being nurturing today. And what we've got in our workspace is just looking a bit more at that finer detail of things. Sometimes it does matter, like with this judgment card, sometimes it does matter to be looking at the finer detail of things. I'm currently looking at some legals that are to do with our terms and conditions on websites and privacy policies. So, there is a need at times to look at the I's dotted and the T's crossed, and that words are in the right flow to make the sentence sensible. Because that's the part of what my day will be, to finish off some of that for today. It might be something that you need to be looking at too. If you're in business, if you're working for someone else, have an attention to detail for what your tasks are. Just whip that little magnifying glass out when you feel that, yes, I do need to look at this in more detail. So keep that moving so that you're progressing in your day. Whoops, I just bumped the table. So what we're having popping in is that key in that unexpected, and that can sometimes open that door. It sets free, oh, look, there's something I found in the paperwork that is needing attention, and follow it through. Set free your expectation that everything's got to be perfect, but try to get it to the point where it is as perfect as it can be, without being too stressed and overloaded with it. And feeling like you are caught in that prison going over the same wheel, the same churn. I'm feeling there is that sense of through the day at some point you're going to feel there is a key turning, and you're having that aha moment, being able to step out that door and feel like you are free of that binding, whatever it is. Okay? So, and we have got, another Facebook user. There is that comment, if you are in I'm looking at my time. I'm on the wrong page now. So sorry for that. I'm just checking something in my live stream there. Oh, it looks like it's live, so that's all right. Going back to the page. So there, you haven't missed too much. Or just go back to the start for replay as straight away afterwards. And you're feeling that, Virginia? I can see your comment there. Yes. The churn or the being able to nurture yourself and set yourself free. And thank you, Tyler, for that. And here we go to our books down here in our role. So from that moment where you're feeling that freedom, it's going to pop up at some point in the day. Not saying it's a guarantee of it, but be open to it and take notice. Whether you're going to use your magnifying glass to find the key to open the door, who knows? We're in the book space, which is our role, and I really do feel sometimes, because the first thing I saw on this card was the lock and that magical, unlock code or something. I remember seeing the Da Vinci Code as the book. I think there was a book, or was it? And this is dating me. It would be that. Way back, it was Jones. Sean Connery was the professor, his dad, Junior. I can't remember the title of the movie now, but there was so much in the magical sense of keys and locks and things that opened secret doors and things like that. That's what this reminds me of. It is the not so much creating a secret, but there are things within us as our role that we are needing to keep secret until we know for ourselves the understanding first, and why there's all of those, there's the pile of books. I used to have piles of books. They're probably packed in boxes still that I'd have in separate piles. Now, this first group of books to read through, that second, that third, and the big piles of them, I haven't read through them all, obviously. And now it's all on a tablet on the iPad. I do a lot of Amazon Kindle book stuff, reading. But it really is that sense of having that magic key that opens up. And I feel that for our role, that we need to be keeping, yes, that's safe and secret, but we do have that magic key that is going to be able to open it up for ourselves first when we need to, and then for others as we want to allow them to get to know us more and read more of who we are. It can also be that Dear Diary journal that you're just needing to put outwards into written form, as if you're communicating with another. Those secret things that you don't dare tell them to the face, but you really need to let go of and put out and into somewhere that is safe. So that's what I'm feeling with the books today, that is your role with some of the discoveries you're making in the workspace, even to just jot down and keep in that safe space. So as we are moving now into that final outcome card, that central position, that labyrinth, I just feel the fun of it, because I love puzzles. I love mazes. I like playing games, and it just reminds me of playing games. But it does also bring back some of the memories of shamanic training that I've been through, as far as really contemplating as you move through your pathway in life, the mindfulness of the steps that you're taking, of how you are feeling, of how your emotions can carry you, of how our ego can interpret things in a much different way to what our heart space can. And all of that really does create and make us who we are. And we are each on our own pathway and our own journey. And I think it really does take courage to understand fully another's perspective as if you are in their shoes. It really does take that deeper sense of understanding of who we are first to be able to be in that space of understanding someone else in their space. It's not an easy task, and sometimes it just gets too hard that we do want to give up. And I wouldn't say it's playing a coward's way. It's just not, it's finding that right key of being able to open the right timing, and how we discover each other within that journey, and what part each of us has to play with my journey and even for yours. So ego can be tricky too, Virginia's saying. So it's important to lean into compassion and unconditional love and no judgment. Absolutely. And you've just tied up a summary, a great summary for these cards. It really is basing, be within your heart space with everything you do, connecting with your spiritual guidance, with whatever you need from being you, and that other realms, other worlds, the other side. I feel that that's more the home space than what we are here. We are the spiritual body, the soul experiencing a physical existence for, growing the muscles for what is our ultimate goal of on the other side. We'll remember that when we get back there. So connecting to heart space is a theme for the week, isn't it? Well, it does seem to be, doesn't it, Virginia? So I agree. We've got so much that we're moving from the heart, being mindful, being present within that too. And Kim, you're at work now. Have a great day to everyone and love the Labyrinth card. Yes, I do too. It just brings in that playfulness, that discovery, the excitement for me. What is around the next corner? Because sometimes we just don't know until we tread it, do we? And g'day, Shaz. Good morning, Shaz. Lovely to have you here, popping in with your commenting. So thank you to Virginia and Anna for commenting on the Body Soul app stream. And thank you to each one of you as you are present here and gaining those little insights that you have from the cards this morning in whatever way it is significant and meaningful for you. Go and live your life to the best that you can with who you are. And as you're moving along in your day-to-day, know it's your path. Trust that. Trust what's coming from your heart center that's connecting with your spiritual connections and centers and all that is. So certainly blessings for the day, especially because it's looking like a beautiful sunshiny day here in South Australia, Port Elliot specifically. And wherever you are for your evening, your morning, your day, wherever you are in the timeline, thank you. And really go out and explore and express in whatever way you need to that joy and happiness, the compassion, as Virginia's suggesting as well, with that unconditional love. So isn't that who we are? So thank you from Sarah. Thank you and have a perfect day, and with love, definitely. And from Rena, love it. Thank you, Ros. Wishing everyone a magnificent day. So tomorrow morning around the 8 o'clock, and just a reminder that I do have the session, like the hour session with Leanne Winston, Psychic Medium, tomorrow night as well at 8:30 p.m. that we do the individual card pulls. Oh, thank you, Michaela. I love that too. Those beautiful blessings. So until tomorrow, keep being the best you that you can be, and namaste. Bye for now.